Welcome into Chicago Bears Now. I am your host, Harrison Graham, back with another rumors video for you guys. Just 10 days away from the 2020 NFL Draft. I cannot wait. So let's get you caught up on the latest going on with the Bears. How about a potential Tarik Cohen trade? Jacob Infante of the Draft Network is throwing this one out there. He covers the Bears for one of the fan sites as well, basically saying the Bears would take a third-round pick for Cohen in a heartbeat. Sports Illustrated had this rumor back in March that Cohen could be a trade candidate for the Chicago Bears. I briefly mentioned it back then, but wanted to dive deeper into it today. The bottom line is Tarik Cohen was not the same player in 2019 that he's been the first couple of seasons in his young career. Just wasn't the same guy that we saw in 2017 or in 2018. You put his past 2 years side by side, and that is obvious. The yards per carry are down. The overall yardage is down. His receptions were up last year, but look at the yards per catch. He had 8 less catches in 2018 and almost 300 more yards. The explosion wasn't there. I'm not saying the guy got slower or got less quick or anything like that, but his production was not the same, and there is no doubting that when you put the numbers up side by side. I still like Tarik Cohen. He's a really good punt returner. I think he's a nice gadget player that you can put in successful situations to help your offense get some big plays, but the Bears didn't do a good job of doing that last year. Maybe this new offensive staff will help draw up plays for him, but trading Tarik Cohen could be an option for the Chicago Bears. And if they get a third for him, that's pretty good value for a guy that, while he's a nice player, it's not like he's an every down back or anything like that. So I'll leave it up to you. Would you trade a third-round pick for Tarik Cohen? Type Y for yes, type N for no. Keep in mind, Cohen is entering the final year of his rookie deal. No guarantees that he'll be back in 2021. So type Y for yes, type N for no. Let me know if you would trade Tarik Cohen for a third-round pick. Go ahead and type your votes down in the comments section. I think it's an interesting thing for the Bears to do. I think they have to consider it. This is the quote from Infante. If any team offered a third-round pick for Tarik Cohen, the Bears would instantly take that deal 10 times out of 10. Cohen is a gadget back in the last year of his contract, and they won't re-sign him anyway. Now, I'm not convinced they won't re-sign him. If he has a good year this year, that they would certainly bring him back, I think, in 2021. But David Montgomery, who I have penciled in as the Bears starting running back, he is a true three-down back. He can run, he can catch, he can block. He led college football in broken tackles at Iowa State his last 2 years in college, and we saw good things from him last year despite playing behind a terrible offensive line. So I certainly think that trading Cohen is okay because you already have a receiving back in Montgomery. Now, Cohen's got more speed. You can line him up outside, in the slot and outside. Probably can't do that as much with Montgomery. They're different players, but look, if it's based on last year, if Cohen's not going to revert back to 2017, 2018 Tarik Cohen, I would certainly take a third-round pick for him. Speaking of trades, want you guys to send in your best trade ideas. If we get enough good ones, I'll do a trade mailbag based on your ideas. I'll look at the trades and I'll give my analysis of them and let you know whether or not I think they are realistic. So send as many as you want. Doesn't have to just be one. Go ahead and spam the comments section with your trade ideas. I'll get to as many of them as possible in a video later in the week if we get enough good ones. All right, coming up here on Chicago Bears Now, NBC Sports threw this idea out there that basically on their podcast that they do through the NBC Chicago branch, that the Bears need more grit. And, I hate when people throw out terms like this. They're not a tough football team. Sometimes it's true, sometimes it's not. I know this. The Bears are a top 5 defense in the NFL. Their problem was offensive incompetence last year. Sure, Kyle Long, you don't have his leadership, and this offensive line needs some work. Jordan Howard was a leader on this team a couple of years ago, and they missed him in that regard last year. But I don't know if the Bears necessarily need to be a tougher team. Maybe mentally tougher. They folded at times last year, but nastier players, that term was thrown out there in the podcast. I just don't know if that's necessarily the case. I look at this defense especially. They got several leaders and tough players. Khalil Mack, one of the best in the game. Danny Trevathan, they chose him over Nick Kwiatkowski because of his toughness, because of his veteran leadership on that defense. Eddie Jackson, one of the best free safeties in the game. Kyle Fuller, Robert Quinn, a veteran who had a major impact on the Cowboys defense last year. Now, if you want to focus solely on the offense, it could be true. Look, this Bears offensive line was not good last year. It needs to be better. It probably does need to be a little bit tougher, but I don't think it's a culture problem within the team as a whole, which is kind of what was portrayed by NBC Chicago. I don't necessarily believe that. I think this team needs to get a little bit smarter, a little bit better quarterback play, and certainly better offensive line play as well. So what do you guys think? Do you think the Bears are a soft football team? Type 1 for yes, type 2 for no. I don't think they're a soft team. I think they need to fine-tune their offense and be a little better on that side of the football. That's what I think. I think Matt Nagy needs to be better. I think the quarterback play needs to be better. I think the offensive line needs to be better. I don't think it's a lack of toughness. I think it's a team that just needs to improve on that side of the ball. All right, go take advantage of these Fanatics hats, draft hats for almost every single team around. Of course, the Chicago Bears have them as well. Chatsports.com/Bears draft. That link will get you to all the different styles. You got the flat bills, the curved, the snapbacks. You can get the baseball cap styles, fitted, non-fitted. We've got it all. Go to chatsports.com/Bears draft. That link will get you to this page with all of these different hats and more. The draft hats this year, they are pretty sweet overall. So go ahead and get you one today. All right, this is kind of a cool thing I wanted to let you guys and inform you guys of. The Chicago Bears team YouTube channel. Yeah, we're going to plug them a little bit here, give them some love. They're airing an 06 Monday Night Football game. I'd be curious to see how many of you guys remember this game. Bears versus Cardinals, where the Bears came back from a 20-point deficit to win 24-23. Obviously, the 06 team went on to win the Super Bowl. To make the Super Bowl, did not win the Super Bowl. Fortunately, this is one of those classic Bears defensive games. Look how bad Rex Grossman was in this game. 14 of 37 with 4 picks. Yikes. I do miss Thomas Jones running the football. Devin Hester's punt return for a touchdown with less than 3 minutes to go was the difference. This is one of those classic games, and the Bears are airing it on their YouTube channel, on their team YouTube channel. So go check that out. Dennis Green, this is the infamous we let them off the hook game, the Cardinals head coach. So there's a lot of storylines coming out of this one. Perhaps my favorite one, how about 55 yards on 36 carries for Edgerrin James? That is defense right there for the Chicago Bears. So if you want to relive that classic, go check that out. Also, I want to know from you guys, what is your favorite Bears team ever? The 06 team, obviously a great one. I stand by this. The Bears had an average quarterback. They would have won the Super Bowl easily. Still could have won that game against the Colts with Rex Grossman. Imagine what they could have done with, I don't know, Joe Flacco or someone like that. But go ahead, shout out your favorite Bears team ever down in the comment section. Go ahead and let me know. I want to remind you guys to get subscribed to Chicago Bears now. We have videos all off season long and on into the 2020 season as well. We got the latest rumors, news, draft coverage is heating up. We got a lot of that coming your way over the next, week and a half, 2 weeks, including some draft grades and things of that nature. More free agency stuff, Q&As. We're going to do it all here on Chicago Bears Now. So go ahead and hit the red subscribe button. If you're watching on our main Chat Sports YouTube channel, you see the link below. It's youtube.com/Bears Now. All right, speaking of the draft, how about drafting a speedy wide receiver in the second round? A couple of names that have been thrown out there, Jalen Reagor, KJ Hamler. The Bears need to replace Taylor Gabriel. We talked about that. We did a Gabriel replacements video up on the channel, so go check that out from about a month ago. And I think Reagor was on that list. But Hamler is another good option out of Penn State. He might actually have more pure speed. I think Reagor can do a few different things than Hamler can, but they're both probably going to be in that early second round range, early mid-second round. Maybe Reagor goes round 1, but there's a ton of receivers in this draft. So getting one of these guys in round 2 makes some sense. They both have speed. They're playmakers. You can use them on special teams in the return game. They're explosive. Hamler, especially last year, 16 yards to catch, 904 yards on just 56 grabs. So he was very, very explosive. Reagor's numbers were a bit down last year, but his quarterback play at TCU was very, very bad. You look at the Bears' skill players, the top guys, they've got some decent pieces. Robinson, Miller, David Montgomery, Tarik Cohen, Jimmy Graham, even Cordero Patterson, a couple of other guys. What they don't have is a ton of elite speed. Robinson's a possession receiver. Miller, he's got some speed, but you could use some more. Montgomery, not really a speed guy. And we know Jimmy Graham's not a speed guy at this point. So they need some top-end speed. And there's guys in this draft that you can go ahead and get like a Jalen Reagor, like a KJ Hamler. So go ahead and pick one. Say the Bears are sitting at pick number 50 and both are available. Who you drafted? Type H for Hamler, type R for Reagor. Go ahead and let me know down in the comments section. I think you could go either way. I would have no problem. Just get some speed on this offense, whether it's in round 2 or at another point. All right, Bleacher Report did this, and it got me triggered. We all get annoyed. Bears fans always get annoyed about they should have taken Patrick Mahomes over Trubisky. Look, trading up for Trubisky was dumb, especially how much they gave up for them. The 49ers were never going to take him at number 3 overall. Here's the bottom line, though. Most NFL teams viewed Mahomes as a late first round, even a second round pick for some teams. When Kansas City traded up from number 27 overall to number 10, people were shocked. People today, it's easy to say now because Mahomes is awesome. The bottom line there is every team would like a do-over. All 32 NFL teams would have liked to trade up and take Patrick Mahomes, including the Bears. But hindsight's 2020. At the time, Mahomes and Trubisky was viewed higher by a lot of teams. Now, whether or not the Bears should have moved up, that was a mistake. I think we all know that now, especially seeing how it's all played out. But a lot of people had second-round grades on Mahomes. He played an air raid system at Texas Tech where he was a very YOLO quarterback, and he went into a nice situation in Kansas City. Look, I love Mahomes. The guy is a beast, but I hate when these outlets put out these articles like, their biggest regret is passing on Mahomes for Trubisky. That's not what happened, okay? They saw Trubisky, they liked him, they moved up and they got him, and it didn't work out. That happens sometimes. Speaking of trades, go ahead and send in your trade ideas. Just wanted to remind you one more time, I'll do a video on it if we get enough good ones. It could be draft trades. It could be trades just from player to player with other teams involved. I want to get as many Bears trade ideas as I can down in the comments section so I can do a video for you guys, hopefully later this week. And again, look, the Trubisky draft trade, it was bad, especially looking back now. To move up one spot and to give up an extra third, fourth, and a future third, it wasn't good. The 49ers duped them into that. They were never drafting him. I think we all know that. Obviously, it didn't work out great for San Francisco. Solomon Thomas ended up not being that great of a player. We would all like to have Patrick Mahomes. All 32 teams would. That's not how life works, guys. Mahomes, he outkicked his coverage. No one thought he was going to be this good. No one thought he would be the MVP. Hopefully, Trubisky can get on track, but Bleacher Report, do over for Mahomes. All 32 teams would like to have that draft over.